What if I told you the story of Noah's Ark is much older than the Bible? What if the earliest known written version of a great flood, a man building a boat to save life, and humanity starting over, was recorded on ancient clay tablets thousands of years before the Hebrew Bible? Today we're exploring the Sumerian flood stories from the ancient city of Nippur. Some of the oldest versions we have, the Nippur Deluge Tablet and the Paradise Tablet. This video draws from newspaper sources including the Atlanta, Georgia, April 5, 1914, the Richmond Times-Dispatch, Richmond, Virginia, July 28, 1918, and the New York Tribune, New York, February 8, 1920. Around 5,000 years ago, the Sumerians in southern Mesopotamia, which is modern-day Iraq, built some of the world's first cities. They invented cuneiform writing on clay tablets, constructed huge temple towers called ziggurats, and created advanced irrigation systems. In the late 1800s and early 1900s, University of Pennsylvania archaeologists excavated thousands of tablets at Nippur, a major religious center. Two different but related Sumerian tablets from these excavations tell versions of the flood story. Both scholars who translated them were connected to the University of Pennsylvania. Dr. Arno Pobel translated the main flood tablet while working at the University of Pennsylvania Museum. Dr. Stephen Herbert Langdon, who served as curator of the Babylonian section at the University of Pennsylvania Museum, translated the second tablet. These physical tablets date to about 1700 to 1600 BC, making them roughly 3,600 to 3,800 years old today. The written stories predate the Hebrew Bible's flood account by roughly 1,000 to 1,200 years. The book of Genesis reached its final form much later, around the 5th century BC. The Sumerian texts describe a very long golden age before the flood. According to the Sumerian king list, kingship first came down from heaven. The early rulers had incredibly long reigns. Here are some of the kings and their recorded reign lengths. Alulim of Eridu ruled for 28,800 years. Alangar ruled for 36,000 years. Enmenluana of Bad-T-Bira ruled for 43,200 years. Enmengalana ruled for 28,800 years. Dumuzid the shepherd ruled for 36,000 years. The total length of the pre-flood period in these lists adds up to around 432,000 years across 8 or 10 kings, depending on the version of the list. There were 7 great cities before the flood. The surviving texts name 5 of them. Eridu, which was sacred to the god Enki, Bad-T-Bira, Larak, Sippar, and Shurupak. The goddess Nintu, also known as Ninhursag, created humanity from clay. She then created animals and made the land fruitful. In this pre-flood world, people lived in mud brick houses, grew barley and dates, raised livestock, and built an extensive network of canals to farm in the desert. Life revolved around large temples, priests, and performing rituals to keep the gods happy. Society was well organized with kings, priests, and workers. It was portrayed as a time of abundance and divine rule that lasted for an extraordinarily long period. But eventually, the gods, especially Enlil, grew tired of the noise and behavior of humans. They decided to destroy humanity with a great flood. One pious king was chosen to survive, Ziusudra, ruler of Shurupak. The god Enki secretly warned him by speaking through a wall. Enki told him to build a large boat, load it with his family, animals, and the seeds of all living things. For 7 days and 7 nights, violent storms and rain raged. Even the gods became frightened. The goddess Nintu cried out in sorrow, asking why she had agreed to destroy her own creations. When the waters finally receded, Ziusudra offered sacrifices. The gods smelled the pleasing aroma, regretted what they had done, and granted him eternal life. They sent him to live forever on a paradise island called Dilmun in the Persian Gulf. A different tablet from the same Nippur ruins, translated by Dr. Langdon, adds another detail. In this version, the survivor, called Zi-U-Gid-Du, enters a restored paradise after the flood, but then he eats fruit from a forbidden cassia tree. Because of this act, he is punished with mortality and the burden of hard labor. He loses his chance at eternal life. This creates a full cycle. Creation by a goddess, a golden age, the Great Flood. and then a second fall from paradise. These ancient stories may preserve memory of real catastrophic flooding. In the 1920s, during excavations at Ur, led by Leonard Woolley, archaeologists found a thick layer of clean silt and clay with no artifacts inside. This flood deposit was up to 8 to 12 feet, or 2.5 to 3.7 meters, thick in places. It lay between layers of human settlements and dates to around 2900 to 2500 BC or earlier. Similar flood layers have been found at other sites like Kish and Shurupak. These two Nippur tablets give us some of the oldest written flood narratives we have. They feature a female creator goddess, gods who regret the destruction, and two slightly different endings. One where the hero is rewarded with immortality, and another where he falls again after eating forbidden fruit. Whether you see these as myth, shared cultural memory of a real disaster, or ancient storytelling, they remain some of humanity's earliest recorded ideas about creation, destruction, and renewal. This story is based on old newspaper articles I found. The main flood story, with Ziusudra surviving and being granted eternal life, comes from Dr. Arno Pobel's translation. The version with the forbidden fruit after the flood comes from Dr. Stephen Herbert Langdon's work. The details about the long-reigning kings and the pre-flood cities also come from these ancient Sumerian texts as reported in those articles. I am not a professional historian, just someone who found these fascinating old reports and wanted to share them with you. Thanks for watching. Please hit the like and follow button if you like this video. Don't forget to keep camping and exploring the mysteries of our world.